Hi, beautiful people. I know IG is letting you know that we're coming on. We're a little later than usual. Apologies. JK, JK. I'm sorry. I got the news sitting on here. I like to spend my evenings with David Moore. Moore, what's his name? You know, ABC World News Tonight. David Moore. I think that's his name. I enjoy spending my evenings with him. But what the hell is going on with all this damn violence? Like, I cannot take it. They were just had a report on in DC. There was a shooting on the metro. Somebody lost their life, and he lost his life by being a good Samaritan at the same time. Shit's gotta change. That's just too much. All right, let's bring our guy Dex on us tonight. You know, we're a little later than we normally are too. Shit. Hey guys, but we could not miss today, and I apologize because last week, child, we was up here having a good time with y'all, and Instagram said, shut the shit down. Instagram says, shut that shit down. They ain't talking about nothing over there. Dexter,
hey guys. Amazing. How are you?
You know what? I'm doing absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
I like to hear that.
I'm in a very good space. I feel like a few months I was going through, there was a fog for the past couple of months. And this is, well, thank
You
you.
look
This
good.
is the first week I finally feel like I'm coming out of the fog and reclaiming my time. Hi, everybody. Come on in. Check in. We're late. Sorry, but we're here. Y'all know how we do. This is how we do it.
Just now, I was in the
Uh-huh.
car and I was headed home, and a Rihanna song came on, and I thought about it. Are you excited about her performing at the Super
1000%.
Bowl?
Are you
Okay,
not?
that's good. I'm.
I'm low
I
end
don't.
the Castle, baby. Hey,
Yes,
everybody,
but like,
check on in. Glassy brown cookies. Okay, go ahead, Dex.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited, but like, not really. Like, I don't think Rihanna's a Super Bowl performer, and I'm like, Rihanna definitely can't do the Super Bowl by herself. And like, I'm listening to like the songs or whatever, and I'm going through like skipping songs just to see like, oh, she can perform. A lot of her songs that we love, like her biggest songs that we like are really into, they're way too racy for the Super Bowl. So like, what are you gonna
Well,
do?
you
Like
know
Umbrella?
Umbrella's
Like, I mean,
happening.
it's
Like,
like,
what? Trust me. If they gonna get into
yeah,
them early crates. Remember before because she was before Umbrella hit. So we're gonna get a
I,
lot of the
but I'm
pre-Umbrella stuff, and we'll get a couple of. They always have the edited versions, and it's like, stop being pop pop. I'm gonna need you to don't do this to our girl.
no, I don't have any songs, but I just overall, realistically speaking, this is the Super Bowl, and they're very sensitive about like what it is and like what's being presented, especially after the Janet Justin stuff. Like we just started getting urban performers back, so like they're definitely going to be like really careful with what she does, and like a lot of her big songs are very very racy songs, and I don't know. I'm just
Did you have
I'm
an
not
issue
really looking
when
forward to it,
Jayla was shaking her
and
racy ass, her racy clappers up on the stage?
they did. They did. Like
No, I
there was like a
remember
lot
that.
of comments
Oh,
and issues about that. Yeah, so just imagine Rihanna, like that's her brand. Like that is literally
and
what we like
don't
her for. Like we want to
put
see
some
that.
respect
I
on
don't understand
Fenty.
why where you cut it. I don't understand why it's cut it out to me when I'm really speaking like a fact. Like this is literally what's going to happen. Like she has to tame down her performance, and it won't be the Rihanna that we want to see perform.
Well,
Am I saying? Am I crazy?
Glassy
Am I saying
Brown,
the wrong thing? I don't
Ashanti will
get it.
never grace that stage, so we good there.
I I just
Well,
think they're going to
but
tame
they
her
do that for
down, and like that's
everybody.
not
I
what
don't
we.
want to make it seem, because now you're giving our guy, what's his name?
Eminem and
But
50 were totally tamed down.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Of course, it's going to be edited for television, Dexter. When you mentioned J Lo, not J Lo, the other one, J. it, and the other one, that was a damn whole titty stunt. They gonna scale it back.
Right, but what I'm saying is a lot of those other people, when they scale it back, they have the music to fit that. Rihanna's music, sure, you could do radio edits and stuff like that, but if you listen to like most of the songs, most of the lyrics, they're extremely like racy songs, racy lyrics. Well, I don't even think you'll be able to
We'll
do
agree to
it.
disagree. We're just gonna agree to disagree. There's been worse performing, so she'll be fine. And let's be clear. I used to beef with Rick Ross. I used to beef with Rihanna back in the day.
Remember?
I used to beef with her. I have come such a long way. The few years ago when she got honored at, what was it, MTV? The Lifetime Achievement Award? Huh?
Rihanna got a Lifetime Achievement Award? Wait, can I just say something real quick? What is there to disagree with? I literally just said I feel like they're going to make her performance be tame. I didn't say it was going to be bad. I didn't say I didn't want it. What's the disagreement? I just said they're going to tame down her performance, which they are.
I don't. Because when you came in, you said you don't think it's going to be good because we're not looking forward to it because they're going to tame it down. But settle down. We're not going to argue. Rihanna ain't put no money in our pockets just yet. Calm down.
The comment that I'm looking at, I'm just like, I don't understand what the disagreement is. I don't think it's going to be. It's not going to be what I want it to be.
You will get what you want on the tour. It's not going to be what I want because it's coming.
I'm not going to go to that.
So you have no dog in this fight. You're not looking forward to it.
I like, but like I've been to a Rihanna tour before, and you know,
it wasn't given what was supposed to be gave.
It gave what I expected.
I've never been to a Riri show, so this will be my very first time, and because I'm welcoming her back into the fold, the imaginary beef that she and I had, I'm looking forward. We're going to start this thing on a good foot, on a positive note, and she's a mommy now, and she's just going to be amazing. That's what's going to happen, Dexter. And hopefully in the middle of it, we'll get a nice little Fenty skin tutorial. Maybe she'll give them some samples. Yeah. So most people. Okay.
Just saying, Rihanna's not being. I'm just saying.
Even that, you okay?
Just putting it out there, I'm just saying, like, we're just okay. I mean, look, I'm so happy for her. I'm happy for her. I'm happy for the Eagles. I'm happy for everybody. I'm so happy for the Super Bowl in general. Like, let's just.
You ain't have. But you had to put water in your cereal this morning. You ran out of milk.
I hate the society that we live in right now. It's like, even with the Beyonce stuff, like if somebody's like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna really go to the concert. It's you hating this, that, and the third. Just like, oh, maybe I just don't want to go to the concert.
If it's something I have to spend my money on, I wish the fuck you would call me a hater because I don't want to go to no. You pay.
Just in general, it's like even if this is like, oh, I don't agree. Like, what is there to disagree with? But let's talk about something.
I'm looking forward to it. Other people are. We'll agree to disagree.
It's not that I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just not looking forward to their BS. If you're gonna let people get up there and perform, let them do their thing. Like, if this is what they do, let them do what they got to do. Don't try to tame their stuff down. Like, let them do
somebody
their
said, happy to see Beyonce. Your is coming dates have been dropped. Looking forward to see Riri at the Super Bowl. And then Beyonce dropped first day of Black History Month. Let y'all know, Renaissance, it's coming. Get y'all $2,000 out.
But see, that's another thing. Like,
stop, because we're not doing this. It's going to be fun. It's uplifting.
I keep people doing this thing where they're like, these tickets are so astronomically priced, this, that, and the third, and it's like there's no information about ticket prices. Like why are people pulling this out of their butts? Like, it's actually kind of
because
insane to me.
People can only go off of what it has been the past few years. She has been touring.
Toya, I had floor seats to Beyonce concert, and I've only spent $150 for this.
Wow.
And I was on the floor, sitting next to her. Like
I mean, I was
people have to
too,
stop
but
this. Like they
to
just
each their own. If you want to spend $1,000 to $2,000 to see Beyonce, go do it. Or don't.
that's fine. But like maybe let's let the ticket prices be released and then have this conversation, because you're saying like, oh, it's $600 and $700 for the tickets, so forth and so on or whatever, and like the prices haven't been released. Like let's just deal with it when the prices come out. Like we don't even have price, and I don't care what WrestleMania is here next year, and I'm going to spend $4,000 to go to WrestleMania. I'm going to do that. I'm okay with it. I don't care how people spend their money, but just let the prices be released before we go and start talking about how
Blasey
much
Brown said
everything's
a
going to be.
thousand.
We
I
don't
think the
know how
fuck
much it's
not.
going to
But what really bothers me about ticket prices overall, and that's why for a long time I wouldn't go see certain artists, they don't have to grossly overprice their tickets that way. That's all up to the artist. But people will still
be.
pay it regardless.
A
So
lot
if
of
you're going to pay it, go pay it,
yeah,
enjoy the show, and if you're not, you're not.
and a lot of that is also resale pricing too. Like other people buy the tickets and then we go. Other people buy the tickets and then they resell the tickets, and that is why the tickets sometimes are so overpriced
Mhm.
as well. And then we blame the artist for that. But like, you didn't pay Beyonce $700 for the ticket. You paid Dexter Stuckey because he bought the
I
tickets
think
at $300
one
and
of the only
resold them to
things,
you.
though, where I think the outrageous ticket pricing was with people was for the Beehive. If you're paying for the Hive, those were your last tour $1,000 tickets. If you feel as though that's what you want to pay to be up and close to the Queen and have certain access, then do it. If not, not. But the artist 100% has control over what those ticket prices are going to be.
It's exhausting.
But you got,
The convers
they've been lighting you
the
up. Why are you
conversation is just
entertaining
so
these conversations if they lighten you up with all this? We
like
talked about this,
it
Dexter.
literally no, but it's all over social media. I don't have the conversation with these people. I don't do the conversation. The issue is that when I don't like when people are stupid on purpose. I really don't. Like that really bothers me. And if you know good and well that you have not gone on Ticketmaster and seen these prices for yourselves, why are you even entertaining that? You know that you have not seen $1,000 ticket or a $600 ticket or a $2 ticket. You haven't seen nothing. You haven't seen anything. You haven't seen any prices at all. So why are you having that
Thank you,
conversation
lady.
about ticket
Sorry,
prices
thank you,
when
lady
there's no
cruising.
release?
Nobody should tell you how to spend your money, not your hard work. Exactly. I mean, just you want some water or something? Because it just got real hot over Beyonce, and I didn't want that.
Because I don't disagree with that, but that's not the point that I was making. The point that I was making is we have no idea how much these tickets are going to cost. We don't know. There is no information released about these ticket prices. So, like, why are we doing back and forths about a ticket price? Like, that is literally stupid. Like, that is, like, the problem with social media is when, like, that's a false narrative that's put out and we're running with it and having actual conversations about it. That's insane to me.
You want a glass of wine? Somebody said maybe get a glass of wine or something, because something going on.
Because this isn't to meet. It's silly.
It's gonna be okay. Don't let it
It
get
is.
under your skin, Dex. Have fun with it. It's social media.
I don't like stupidity. I don't like it. Stupidity bothers me. It really does. Toy, that's not
No.
annoying to you. You don't get annoyed by that. That is so annoying. I hate when people talk. I hate when people talk in absolutes and say, "Oh, this is the truth. This is what's happening." Okay, look for Glassy Brown. She has a cookie shop. If somebody was like, "Oh, I don't want to go to that cookie shop because she charges $30 per cookie," and people on social media is like, "Oh yeah, she charged $30 per cookie," that is insane.
Well,
When that is
but
absolutely
people,
not
it's
true.
not
That
going to
is
stop her
crazy.
bag because her cookies are amazing, and people are
Yeah,
going to continue to go. And
yeah, I'm
we're
telling you.
gonna have a talk after this. We're going to, because we're going to work on. We've been working on it, not letting shit that you can't control get to you. Okay.
Well, Toya, I'm putting on a show for the show right now. So, so.
We can't. I don't want you putting up Dex. Peace. In 2023, it's Black History Month. Do that on them other people's month, not on
No.
month.
Stop lying. Stop lying. And lying for attention is
Is it?
insane to me. Like, they're really just like,
This is a great, actually, it's so
yes.
funny because I wanted to, we were having conversations earlier about lying earlier this week. Um, yeah. And then today I noticed something was trending about Asian doll, how she was lying about just irrelevant information, like things did you wake up in the morning to decide you were going to start off with this lie? So how do you deal, and then they talked about LeBron James and his lying because it's funny. How do you deal with people who are liars that might be in your realm? How do you deal with that?
I don't. I don't. I don't deal with it. I really don't. I don't. But if I know a person is lying, and don't get me wrong, when it comes to these concerts and stuff like that, when people make the jokes about it, I get it. But like, there are people who are using this as absolute truths. And like, to me, I look at it like, this person, they're not necessarily lying. They don't know the truth. They've seen this narrative be spread so often, and they're believing. And then granted, we're talking something small like concert tickets, but like, low key, like, this is the reason why
Well,
Donald Trump got
hello.
so much power, to be honest with you. People tell like lies, and it's like, oh, no big, go get you a glass of wine, this, that, and the third. You care too much about this or whatever. But like, literally, like, this is how people
Well,
get power. Small little lies that spread over social media, like, we're like, aha, that's so funny. But literally, that's why COVID got as crazy as it did. When people start talking about the mask and all that kind of stuff, and like the issues with the mask, and Nicki Minaj, when she was like, my cousin just got this, so forth and so on. Like, it's easy to say don't pay attention to that stuff, but like, people believe that stuff, and
at
people
the end of
run
the
with
day,
that
you have
stuff.
to be a person of your own mind. You got to block out the noise because, like you
Yeah,
said,
you know,
Trump trolled his whole fucking way to office,
yeah,
and people
yes,
still
yes.
voted for him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's easy to say don't pay attention to this stuff, but like, a lot of people are paying attention. A lot of people run with this stuff
Well, I
instead.
think people with Trump, I'm just taking it back to Trump because you fired off a few different things. I think people learned with him, which is why he didn't get back in office again. And let's hope he'll never return back to office. So if at first you don't succeed, people do realize everything is not a joke. From concert tickets so from Beyonce tickets
All
to
I was,
Rihanna on the stage to President, our fearless leader at a point in time, becoming president. Everything ain't a joke. Everything ain't for fun. So take it serious when need be. And if it's not, don't let it get your throat
and
hot,
that's
baby.
all.
Don't let it get your throat hot.
And, and that's all I was saying. We need to like, we need to just be careful when people are
Child,
spreading false
somebody's
narratives.
saying we still
That's
want
it.
him in office. I don't nobody want no damn Trump in office but Trump. And well, he'll be going back and forth. This is about to be an amazing election year. I'm just going to say that, especially in Philadelphia. I don't know if you guys were local news. I don't know if you guys were able to catch anybody in our area the mayoral debate that happened. I think it was one day last week. Was it Tuesday? We were watching.
I, I, the past couple of days have like
Yeah, I
blended
want to say it
together.
was
Like,
like
I have
last
no
week
idea.
sometime because we were going to get into it until Instagram shut your shit down. I'm just going to say this, guys, please keep a lookout for the next one. For whatever reason, they're not streaming them on television, but you can catch the live. I swear to beans and rice, this, like some of these people, it could be an SNL skit. I was just sitting up there bewildered. I don't know the one guy, but he was the Reverend. And I think I was just, first of all, where did you come from? Who are
Well,
you?
he was a block captain, if I'm not mistaken. And I think the part about him that like really like caught me off guard is when they said like, what are you gonna do about the crime in the city? And he said, well, obviously, I'm a reverend, or I used to be a reverend, and I think that we need to have a day of prayer. Like, I want everybody just to pray. And prayer don't
These
stop
kids
bullets,
are bringing the
like,
guns to
I
the school,
pray.
sir. What did you talk about?
You got to do a little bit more than that, just a little bit more.
He said,
Like,
like you said, ha ha, Ain't nobody up here been block captain but me.
Whatever that is supposed to mean.
He kept saying it. He was like, you ain't been a block captain? Have y'all been? I'm the only one that's been a captain. Sir, what are you saying? We're asking you about real issues here, and you're talking about being the block captain and sweeping the damn streets outside your house. Like, guys, you won't want to miss the show. It's scary.
And just think, if it's like this in Philadelphia, just imagine what it's like with the rest of the country. Like, we don't see like news of like the races in other countries and stuff like that. I'm sorry, other countries, other other cities, other states. But just imagine like what they're also dealing with. They're probably seeing the same thing. I'm telling you. I don't know why I keep going back to this, but I'm telling you, when we allow Trump to lie and get in there and just like spread misinformation on social media, I think that awakened so many people, and they've been like, you know what? I'm going to go and get in there too because I feel like I can do it now. And a lot of them will get people to believe them because people believe everything, like $600 ticket prices and stuff. People that they put out on social media. So because you believe that, they're going to go ahead and just
somebody say, can you put that as a job on Indeed?
They had in Philadelphia. They did. In Philadelphia, they said if you want to be the mayor, apply on Indeed because it's 37 people.
This is insane. And then the one guy, what is his name? Oh God, he was the one that didn't know what the city budget was or how much we were in. Armin Brown, where are you at?
I don't think he's. Yeah, because when they had the debate, he wasn't in. But it's weird because like you dropped out the race. So were you going to announce it? Because
I think as of now, I might be mistaken, everyone. So apologies, but I think as of now, he's still running. Sir, running what exactly? Running what? And I'm going to have to shout out Ernest Owens, Philadelphia Inquirer's own.
He also works at Cheney HBCU. He also works at Cheney University.
Come on, he's very decorated. He's out here. He's in the field. Whether you like Ernest or not, I have to give it to him by holding motherfuckers accountable or bringing people to the altar. Because Helen Gims, again, a lot of going back to the debate, you could clearly like kind of tell the ones who are really like about the life and want to really create change and like a betterment for Philadelphia. And you can always tell the ones who are just, I feel like when you're just spouting off facts, like, okay, this, and that, like you're just reading off a list. And to be honest, that's what Helen gave me. And I do see her in the streets and doing activism stuff, but it's just certain things about, it doesn't sit right with me. Well, it was clear because she was one of the people, was it George Santos they had at the Philadelphia Union League? Yeah. So they were protesting, and she made a big to-do, I guess, how she wasn't going to go. Hindsight, well, fast forward maybe a day, 2 days later, her ass is caught down at the Union League. And Ernest said, and now apologize. And guess what? She did.
And it was Ron DeSantis. They were honoring Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, who, by the way, I was reading today, like a little off topic, that he is trying to like literally erase like Black history from like not only high schools but also colleges as well. Like he doesn't want that to be taught in like high schools or colleges, and like no word on anything but anybody else's like past or history or anything like that. But specifically like Black history, he does not want that in there. And the Philadelphia youth were out there giving him an award, and she said, no, this isn't right, and then turned around and attended a party with them. I think for me, like you lost my vote right then, right there. As a Black man,
sorry,
Philadelphia, you
can't. And honestly, I don't know how any Philadelphian can give her the vote after that.
Philadelphia been making excuses for her. They were like, well, she apologized.
The people, or
but I'm telling you,
are the people making excuses, or are the representatives making excuses for her?
was actually like people like on social media or whatever, like people were actually just saying like, oh, well, she did apologize, so forth and so on. And it's just like,
Apologize. That's
okay.
like, I hate when people be like, I cheated, I'm sorry. You had every moment. Would you just get up and fall on some dick? Like, you had every moment to stop, think about it. No, you committed to it, and now your ass got caught, and now all of a sudden you're sorry. Because let's be very clear, you knew
And
that had been set up for a while now. You knew, right? You knew when it was set up, your ass was going. So stop with the bullshit. We're not stupid, Helen.
and realistically speaking, you're not sorry that you did it.
Yes.
You're sorry that you
Yeah,
got
say
caught.
that shit at your chest. Yeah, well, you could have came up with a better excuse of why you were there, but that's how, you know, she said, I can't even say nothing about it. I'm sorry. But it's done. It's over. But I am so looking forward to even more debates because I thoroughly enjoyed the last one, even though my internet was a bit shoddy. But I enjoyed it.
But also, I think it's bad on the city too to only have this streaming online. Like this is something that like we have public access television
Why isn't it
stations. Like why is
on?
this
I
not
mean,
there?
Comcast has programming like set aside just for things like that. Why are you guys not airing this? Y'all stay the fuck, y'all wake up because they're doing this. This is if you're in the Philadelphia area, this upcoming primary election is probably one of the most important ones I've ever really seen, knowing the stakes that are on the table. So people get
Especially with like I always look at it because people are like, well, what does this do for me? Like at the end of the day, whoever is in charge over there, they're the ones who are going to be dealing with the police commissioner. There's the ones who are going to be dealing with the crime in the city, and it's out of hand, and we need to do something about it. And like we need to look to them to do
absolutely.
something about it.
The name of
That's
the
it.
game, what we always said, stack the deck with people who views align with yours. Not saying that everything that you know, policy that you want is going to come to fruition, but the odds are pretty good. So we'll see, but it's important. I was actually, our Lorraine Ballard Morrow, she is like, I guess, community affairs liaison at iHeartMedia. She was on the one of the, what did they call them, Dex? Not the judges, what they call them, the panelists. She was, yeah, she was one of the panelists, and she's going to be on the next one. But I kind of actually want to go to the next one in person. Like, I want to sit there, I want to take notes. Like, I think I want to make this a thing and then come back to the show, and then we talk about what went down or what insights we have. Because let's be clear, a lot of people, they still ain't going to go and they still don't care. So, but at least I'd like to, you know, extend the message of what went down. All right. And that was, I think it was, huh? Yeah.
In local news, the Philadelphia are headed to the Super Bowl, and last Sunday they won, and it's like, okay, the Eagles are headed to the Super Bowl. Phenomenal game. They did a great job. Well, people decide to run down Broad Street and celebrate. There is a young lady, 22-year-old Ashley Marcel. She's been on the news because she and some friends of hers stood on a SEPTA turnstile, which is like, you know, those things that basically protect you from like rain and stuff like that at
like
the SEPTA
this,
stations,
a little
the bus
coverage
stations.
over the.
So they were standing on one of them, and it fell through, and like the girl fell. She said she hit her back on the seat, and you know those SEPTA seats are metal. Like those are not those seats are not plastic. Like that's gonna hurt. So they told her that she may be paralyzed. You know, like but don't move.
It happened.
Yeah, because like she said like she blanked. They told her she may be paralyzed and all that stuff like that. So, but what happened was when it happened, they had to get an ambulance to come out to her. There are pictures of her with a neck brace on, and she's smiling, so she seems okay. She said she doesn't even remember that because she was so out of it at the time. But she said that she was on the ground for over an hour waiting for an ambulance to come through because they couldn't get through the crowd at Broad Street. And she would like to look into her options to suing the city. Yeah. So Top Dog Law, if you're listening to this, like she may give her a call.
The option is, I bet you won't do that stupid shit again. That like what you? She can't be black because well, I think any black is she black? No.
If she isn't black, she's like Spanish or something like that. But she's not a white girl. I can tell you that.
Speaking of, well, that, I guess we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna skate on into our next little feature I got. We're gonna call it a what did I want to call it? Where is it? I just had it written down. Now I feel like my girl.
Well, they asked. So they said if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, do you think you'll be back out in Broad Street? And she said, "Yeah, I'll be back out here."
I wanted to call they stealing, so for the scammers. So you out here trying to scam the city for your stupidity. Ain't nobody tell you to get up on there. What you probably put your she probably the type she probably nasty. She probably put her sneakers on the furniture. Probably one of those. Probably
Sneakers on the
when you come in the house, some people put their sneakers on their couch. Like this. You see my house shoes?
Be outside, no.
My house, they put it on the couch. Dexter.
Nobody does. No.
Yes.
Have you seen somebody do that with
and
your
I've
own
seen
eyes?
photos
You're
of
lying
it.
to
Yes.
Yo, is that true?
Some
Do people
people
really do that?
From some cultural backgrounds, yes, they do. On the bed with the motherfucking outside shoes on. What is going on? That you wore
Shoes
outside, not house shoes. The ones, just one for stroll. Uh-huh. So there's that. So she probably came from one of those households where that was okay to do. No big deal. Why would I not? I got up there and I was stupid. Why would I not sue the city? And like you said, her ass gonna be right back out there on if they win a Super Bowl.
She said,
let's hope she don't get paralyzed this next time.
People put their feet on tables.
Mm-hmm. I know Miss Vicky and them don't. Not a Vicky house. I know that.
Hey, put your feet on the table.
Hey, Raymond Anthony, baby, Nikki Love, 777, the Mayor West. Hey, y'all know I get slow when it comes to reading some of these names. I'll be like, what? What's your son?
I'm supposed to put their feet on the table.
Okay, like somebody, you invite somebody over into your house and they're like, oh, first time, come right over, get on over to your chair, have a seat. And then they have a seat still with their shoes on. Really, your first time at somebody's house, why are your feet going up? But shoes on and and they get all comfy just like this in your couch. I don't know what you gonna do.
With their shoes on? You have got to be kidding me.
What happened?
Like, hey,
that's what that's what you
say. Hey, don't do that.
That's what you just look at them. Are you okay? Everything?
Nah, I gotta. I feel like you don't know no better.
You gotta make more of a thing. You thought that was okay to do to somebody else?
I would try not to because I don't want to embarrass the person for doing it. Hey Kurt, I wouldn't want to embarrass it, but like, don't do that. That is
sharing the cup, sharing the water with the dog.
Now you're being messy. I'm not doing this with you.
That I have seen in living color, and I wanted to throw the fuck up and never talk to that person again.
No, what?
What?
No, why is that? Like, okay, I don't have a pet, but you would let your baby? Would you let your baby drink off of you? Would you let another person?
No, I grew up in a house where that wasn't allowed. Even though we would fight it, but that wasn't allowed. So
I'm okay with sharing a drink with someone. Like I'm okay with being like, okay, like you know, like, oh, can I have like a little bit of water? Maybe not. Well, you know how I'm, I'm a little particular with certain things. I probably wouldn't, but if I had a dog and my dog is sitting here trying to get a little bit of water, nah, I probably would. I don't know if I would have a big. I don't know if that would
let
be
the dog just stick his tongue right in
my
in your water glass.
Yeah, like if I have like a cup, like a mug or whatever, and the dog wants a little sip, and he drinks a little bit out of it, I probably wouldn't drink off the same side. Maybe I'll turn it over to the
No
other
big deal.
side and drink off. But I
No,
don't
they
think it's
just be
that big
licking
a deal.
their assholes. It's no big deal. And if you're Amber
Oh my God,
Rose,
like,
you looking for cheeks to asses to lick too, so you can get your Super Bowl tickets.
okay, we talk about this.
Okay. Yes. So let's get into, well, we'll save the other one, they stealing, but we'll get into, let's get into it now. The oversharing.
Okay.
Let's start off, since she's on the docket, Amber Rose. Amber Rose well, really a couple of weeks ago, maybe actually it was just last week, she told us, was interviewed, This week where she told us that she was done with men and they're disgusting. Yeah. So that men are disgusting. She just wants to be by herself forever. Nothing a man can do for her. She's grossed out by it. And in my mind, I was just like, no. A few years back, you had them girls walking down the street talking about being a slut. Being a slut.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it? Show your tits. So I'm like, That's where I was like, okay. And then after our wonderful Eagles, 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 they won the NFC Championship. Our boy, Jalen Hurts, where people counted him out, brought it home. See the video circulating?
Nobody counted.
All these commentators, yes, they were. I'll show it to you. I'll show you the videos. It's been montages of analysts saying that they don't see much of him. But again, of course, as the season progresses, he's amazing now. But they're analysts, so that's what they're supposed to do. But either or, back to Amber Rose. So Amber Rose decides to jump on social media and either tweet out or post somewhere that, whose ass do I have to eat to get Super Bowl tickets?
Can I just say something real quick about the first thing? And this is a lesson to women, and y'all can trust me on this. Trust me. Anytime y'all see a woman, and this could be your friends too, so be careful. Anytime a woman goes and she tells you personally that she's done with men, she don't want nothing to do with them, she hates men and all that kind of stuff like that, she wants you to eat her box. I'm telling you, like, I'm just the messenger here, but you gotta watch those women, because they're not telling you that just to tell you that. They're telling you that because they want you to eat it. That's the truth.
Not like Uncle Sam, we want you.
They do. That's exactly. That's why they say it. You got. Get around a woman and have her say that to you, and you lean into it. I bet you what you're gonna end up doing by the end.
No, lean into what?
You know how I said I'm gonna let my dog lick in my cup. You gonna be like,
lean into what? What they used to say back in the 90s? I'm strictly dickly.
Not that night. Not that night.
Look, tell Amber, I'll let you smell it. I'll let you sniff it. How much? $5,000. I'll let you get away.
With Amber Rose, though, she's not paying you. She's looking to eat somebody else's butt to go to the Super Bowl. It's insane. They said that because they need some good. I'm telling you, girls who say that, they're not looking for the D anymore. They're looking for your mouth. You better see, y'all naive. Y'all think that because this is what y'all gonna say. You just need a good man, this, that, and the third. She's gonna be like, get down there and eat this cat.
Get over here. Let me come tell you something.
That's what they're looking for. But with Amber Rose though, like that.
It's just weird. I swear, some celebrities just get up and be like, they ain't talking about me enough. Let me throw something out there. This has to be it.
I'm not famous because you know that's how it would be. I
Oh
would just be saying anything.
God, you would be the worst.
Yeah. Oh, I literally would be in Feroz.
I would have to call Fatima and Miss Vicky. Get him now.
Look what she just sent me, chat. What if it's a family member that says it?
That's what.
I'm so sick of men, this, that, and the third. Well, you ever heard of kissing cousins? Just saying. Keep it in the family.
You know they do. You know they do things a little different below the Mason Dixon lines.
They keep it in the family.
Royalty for years. We got to keep it in the family. So what, you my sister? Get your ass in this room. Baby might be a little, baby, 9 times out of 10, the baby going to be mentally ill, a little something, but it stays in the family. It's cute.
It is what it is. So, like, okay, let me stop.
It's pure. It's a tad. What do you mean? You don't like it? You don't like it? Your product's pure?
Let me see. Look, now I'm getting in trouble.
Not the family coming in here and getting you together, gathering. I love it. I love it. Okay, and then over and over sharing. This was last week before we wanted to get to it before IG cut us the hell off. Young Miami proceeds to jump on, what was it? Carisha Please, where she was interviewing Trina? Yeah. And I don't know why, but she decided to let all of us know that she likes getting peed on.
Well, she doesn't like to get peed on. She likes to go to showers. There is a difference.
Okay. Well, you see knowledgeable in this. Tell us.
Okay. People are going to turn this off. They're not going to want to hear this. But basically, getting urinated on is exactly that. Go to showers is like a sexual thing. Like you're doing it after like performing sex, or like she's in the bathroom and you're doing it. So it's like more like a tamed type of like planned almost kind of thing, and it's like a sexual thing versus it being like a disrespectful thing.
Getting pissed on is getting pissed on. Ain't shit. It's disrespect all across the board. I mean, now the only thing I did hear urine is good for, must somebody pee on you, get stung by a jellyfish, that could be a wives' tale. I don't know. What you do in your bedroom, we know these things happen. We're very aware of it. We know the stories. We don't need to hear it.
I agree with that. I don't like to yuck anybody else's yum. Like, if that's what you like, that's what you like. But, like, you don't need to tell the world about it. Like, we don't need to know that. Plus, I also look at it like, you doing this, like, you've had public partners. Like, we know people that you are dating and have dated. You're putting their business out there, too. And then those people may have dated other people, and now people looking at J-Lo like, you were getting been out, like, you knew that? Like, you can't do that as a public figure. Like, I think she needs to reel it in.
Yeah, like, it's just, it's too much. Well, she's been very quiet since then, and you can tell at first when it happened, because, like, all the girls do, or the people, the accountable lists is what I'll call them. Instead of, now you want to be mad at the public because they're reacting off of some shit that you should have never told us. And then on top of that, because she was like, I mean, she got over it, I guess, as time went on, but that's how you can tell it kind of bothered her, because she just made one statement. She said, y'all think I give a F? Well, you clearly do if you came back here with an attitude and then it went away. And then you had another celebrity, Amara La Negra, of Love and Hip Hop Miami, decides to, I got my girl, my Young Miami's back. Let me get in this car and let y'all know. Forget that I just had 2 beautiful baby twins. I like getting peed on too. I like these golden showers. Ain't nothing wrong with it. What, y'all have to stop. And then you add on top the girl from 3LW, Kylie. I want to say Keely, I think her name is. Yeah. The one with the list.
Well, she doesn't have a list anymore.
She got a tongue?
Well, she talks normal now. She just talks too much.
She got the... When does surgery start fixing that?
Yeah, she sounded normal.
You know what? Maybe I couldn't even pay attention because I was just bewildered by what she decided to get up here and tell us, which was back in the day when she was on tour with 3LW. She called it an entanglement with all of the members of B2K outside of not including Omarion. Girl, you got a train run on you. That's how it read to me.
Which is also, it's fine. Like, if that's what you did, that's what they did, whatever. Like, it is.
No one needs to know it.
But it's your business and their business. Why are you telling the world that? And I think that we've gotten to a point with celebrities where, like, they feel like they need to share all this additional information to get us talking and stuff. But, like, it's not a good thing. And it's not a compliment. And it's not cute,
There's
honestly.
Nothing cute about it. I mean, even the whole thing, just look at I don't know, because then I'm going to start sounding like an old lady. How everything is just so hyper-sexualized today, and like these girls, I'm going to throw my hands, I got my OnlyFans, come and check it out. Do you have kids? Your kids are going to have to go to school. What are you going to say to your kids when they find out your child is getting teased at because they mamas or their daddy is selling or throwing that thing back on OnlyFans? Like, I just feel like we're in a state where it's child of delusion. People just feel as though you can go out and do whatever it is and say whatever you want, and there aren't going to be any consequences or repercussions. My thing is, you really cannot control anything outside of yourself. So why are you giving up information and then upset when people are not responding the way that you think that they should respond?
I think it's a lack of education. I think that, like, a lot of people, like, this is how I know that people are stupid, honestly, because like, you're a public figure, right? And you put something out there, like, this is what you think of yourself and your brand and who you. So, like, when you do this, and Trojan says to you, "Hey, let's do a deal together," you have to be okay with that kind of stuff. But then when like McDonald's or the Super Bowl is like, you don't represent our brand, we don't want to do anything with you, you can't get mad about that. And I feel like we do a lot where, like, we'd be like, well, they're not giving this person or give these people an opportunity, so forth and so on, because your reputation precedes you. And this goes for celebrities, goes for us in the real world as well. You can't get out here saying and doing whatever do whatever you want to do on social media and the internet and show your body and all this kind of stuff like this, and then expect people to respect you. Like, we're allowed to say, like, you don't represent us. We are allowed to do that, and it's okay for us to do that. Okay, for you to share, you can share your entire a-hole if you want to do it on social media. That is okay if that's what you want to do. But then when your friends and your family and your job, they're looking at you sideways or they don't want nothing to do with you, don't get mad at them, because you did what you want and they decided to react to it. There's consequences for your actions, and you have to be accountable for that.
People have been wilding. I'm telling you, I'm a correlate right back to the slut walk. You've been wilding ever since the slut walk started, and now you mad, and now your fearless leader is saying F all of that.
Well, that, and also, like, if you think about the slut walk, you've advocated for this, and you did this stuff. Like, I want you girls to be liberated. We're gonna do the slut walk, so forth and so on. It ain't nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But girls who wasn't doing the slut walk, they don't have to find a man to beg to eat his butt for Super Bowl tickets. She just got the tickets already. And you have to be okay with men not wanting you to be around them and wanting to do stuff with you. You have to eat butt to get Super Bowl tickets, whereas other girls who weren't slut walking, they just in the building. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't put them on a pedestal or nothing, but Aisha Curry ain't gonna eat nobody ass. And y'all was mad at her. What did she say that what did she say? She preferred to be more reserved or something?
Yeah, she likes to be a little bit more reserved. Y'all be getting too much. You ain't gonna keep your man. He needs to cheat on you. Meanwhile, she could be in her house with her man doing whatever. You have no idea what she's doing. But we judge her because, like, I don't really like to be naked all the time.
Y'all are crazy.
We really got to get it together.
Yeah, like this is insanity right now. And it's like everybody just goes, well, if that's the wave, you got to go with the wave. No, the hell you don't. Like, the hell. What were you about to say?
The crazy part about it, like, if men were doing this to these women, it's like, of course, like, this is how we are as men. But it'd be other women that be like doing this stuff to other women. And it's just like, it go from here at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very wild times, but I just love being
And,
an observer in the pool. I'm
and,
never going to do what everybody else is doing, but I'll observe and then we'll come back and talk about it. Yes.
and Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton are perfect examples. Like, you guys want us to pretend like nothing ever happened in your past, so we know better. But like, when it happened, y'all were capitalizing on it. Y'all were like, yeah, I got my. Oh, I'm so sorry, my tape came out, but I'm in Playboy. Like, it's like, you wanted to capitalize on the success of your sex tape, which is fine. But 10 years or 20 years later, and 4 kids and 3 different husbands, when we look at you and we be like, we remember that sex tape. Don't get mad at us.
You can't get mad. And don't be mad. Don't you go down there running down to that school when somebody said something to poor North, although North gonna gather the hell out of them. But any of the kids, like, are you having these conversations with your like it? Everybody's living in a delusion.
What you gonna say?
What happened?
You said, are you having these conversations with your children? What are you gonna say?
You have to tell them something. Mommy was out here busting it open, okay? And these kids might say something to you, but guess what? You got a Gucci backpack.
Yeah, but guess what? So do those kids too. Because you think about it, like, they
ain't real. They not real. Mama was busting this thing open on OnlyFans for you to have this Gucci backpack.
That's what you got with these celebrities, though. Like, yes, Kim Kardashian's kids are going to school with Amber Rose's kids, so it's like, okay, like, we got the same situation. But they also going to school with Beyonce's kids, and Beyonce's kids is looking at them like, see, this one my mom don't have. Like, those are Beyonce's kids going to be the ones that be making fun of them. And what you gonna say? I got a bag. She gonna like, I have 20. Like, what are you doing, kid?
Let's be clear. Holly, they don't call it Holly weird for no reason. Like, it just being out there and like kind of being around at that formidable like teenage time in high school, and just some of the shit that happens in their homes, like the people with these things were always happening, the weird shit. But somewhere along the line, somebody thought that it was cool to share with the world, and like on social media. No, like, it goes back to, like, you really have to think about more than just you. It's like people just make decisions today and they think nothing of the future. Somebody earlier had said it, they make decisions just for today. You don't know how this would, and you might be okay with it now, but 10 years down the line, you know what? You get sick of people calling you a slut.
And that's why, like, me right now, I try to live my life like with some integrity, because it's just like, I don't back, which I do already. The stuff that I would post on Facebook, like the Facebook on this day stuff, like, looking back and you're thinking like, I really posted that. Like, that is insane. But just imagine where it's like, I just posted on Facebook. Only person that can see that is me.
Yeah.
Just imagine doing certain things and people know that you did it and you were public about it, and like, it doesn't go away.
It doesn't. Please stop. And then if it doesn't go away, it comes up, you just got to take ownership. You can't get mad at nobody. Now, I'm all for you're not going to allow nobody to keep me where I was at. But you are a fool to be sitting there going back and forth and mad at the other person for some shit that you did. Like, that's just, but again, keep being a freak. Everybody been freaks. Freakily. But we don't need to know about it.
Don't stop. Keep telling us about it, because those of us who are living life as right as we can, we need something to talk about. We talk about y'all. Like, that's what we do. We talk about you people who be doing this stuff. If we want to,
yeah, like I said, social media just heightens it, because now, before, like, it would just be the people in your neighborhood who might know your business if it got out some. It might be a little situation down at the school, but no, now the entire world knows it. Please, guys, just think before you do. Isn't it all the fundamentals that we were all raised under, I thought?
Not all of us, you know that.
Okay.
Because this free stuff ain't just start. Like there's people who we like our parents and stuff like that. Like they aren't well, not ours, but like I mean, people in older generations and generations before that, they got some stuff with them too.
Yeah, no,
And
child, I say it all the damn time. If social media, and I'm just talking to black people because I know if social, I'm sorry, y'all, if social media was around during Motown, could
freaking
you
yeah.
could you imagine the shit that was going on them tour buses down there in the the Chitlin circuit? Could you imagine? Even Smokey Robinson, the great. You up here talking about how when you was busting down Diana Ross, yeah, she might have brought it up on the book, but just because she brought it up on the book, when the person brought it to you during the interview, you could have said no comment.
I don't discuss my past like that. No, thank you.
But she wrote it, and I think if you need anything, go get it from her. I want to respect my wife. I was cheating on
Because
my wife.
I didn't say this stuff. She said it. So I have no comment on that. But I'm telling you, even the older people, they're influenced by the stuff that we as younger people are doing now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just talk. They run their mouths too. It's insane to me.
It's insane. Now Smokey got a damn album out called Gasm. All the songs, track list is all like sexual innuendos. What, Smokey, that's not what we want from you.
Who came up with this for you? This is a perfect segment, oversharing.
Yes! It's just gotta stop. Oversharing, please, guys. Like, you're what R. Kelly said, you're killing me with this shit.
Speaking of oversharing, he's the king of it.
I want to piss on you.
I don't know if we're at this part now, but the Donald Glover stuff.
Oh, we can get into it. I kind of really wanted to.
So
Donald
Donald
go ahead.
Glover.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Donald Glover is coming out with a new series, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they mentioned the title of it, but he's coming out with a
It's called it's called Swarm,
and it's based on the Beyonce Beehive. It's about a girl who gets obsessed with a pop culture star, and you know how that whole situation. Okay, so Toya sent this to me earlier today, and I'm like, so as a person who is I do act, and I am leaning into like the theater space and like writing and directing and all that stuff. I actually have an announcement regarding that stuff coming like very soon. I'm really excited about it. So, but not yet though. But I do have some stuff to tell you guys about. But anyway, as a person who's leaning into that space, I'm so inspired to see a black man doing anything in that space, and he's a vision at an amazing level. So I just want to be that. However, I do understand, because even Toya just did it just now when she just said, I'm talking to black people. So I totally understand the mindset, and I understand the behind doing things that are talking directly to black people. I get that. And I get being influenced by black people. However, I have an issue with him basing this on the Beehive, because I feel like that puts Beyonce and like her fans in a negative light. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Beyonce has ever acknowledged the Beehive. Ever said
when it was time. Remember when it was time, they were like, Beyonce, can you say something to them to call them off? And not a peep.
I don't think she's ever acknowledged them, and I think it puts them in like this very negative light, when in reality, we have ties to this organization, so I'm not saying anything bad about it, but iHeartMedia literally gives out awards for fan armies, and Taylor Swift and Ariana Grande and Justin Timberlake and they're winning these awards for fan armies, but no one says anything negative about their fan groups. But when it comes to Beyonce, like, it's always these attacks, and I feel like it's because she's a black woman. I don't like that. In fact, this whole fan army thing, the person who started this was Eminem, and he gets no type of flack for it. He literally made a song called Stan, where an upset fan killed himself and his girlfriend because he could not get attention from Eminem. That kind of stuff like that kind of bothers me, because like they never do this to like other artists or whatever. They never do this to white people. It's always done to black people, and I don't like that.
I feel like Beyonce was okay with it. She had to be on board with it, considering who is. I mean, this production is very black, which I am here for it.
I
Billy
get
Obama
it.
has writing credits to it. Chloe Bailey is starring in it. My girl Dominique Fishback, I love her so much. I just love to see
Mhm.
when you start seeing people like from the beginning, and then it's like, oh, your star is rising. So I'm happy for it. And then Idris Damson.
Damson Idris.
Yeah, Damson Idris. So he's fine, fine, fine. Who is it? Lori Harvey's new
Hmm.
collection, new addition to the collection. But so it's like I'm here with it, but I see where you're coming from on that because everybody has crazed fans, and I do think people. I mean, because we ain't gonna the Beehive. Sometimes y'all got chill because they go hard, but and I think they do go hard in more of a level than other people's fans, but still
Well,
that sickness of fandemonium, like it's got a
Taylor Swift fans doing Ticketmaster.
yeah, like yes.
I just like Beyonce's fans are crazy and they go hard, but like Donald Trump's fans stormed the Capitol.
They
Like
got these church.
it's insane to just throw this on Beyonce because I feel like people always do this with the Beehive or whatever, but like these
Yeah.
fan armies are like Ariana Grande's fans were trying to kill people when that whole the it was like I think it was like London, they blew up a building or something like that.
I remember
Her
that.
fans were going after people after that. It's just Beyonce's fans are no more crazed than the rest of these people's.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, if you're a crazed fan, you're a crazed fan regardless. Like it doesn't matter which camp you're under. But I can appreciate because I don't know if it's ever been like a series creating and really getting on the dissecting of it, like how it started, how did you get here? Because I really feel like people, this is when art definitely imitates life. And if you are one of these stands, I need you to watch this film or this
Oh,
series when it comes out on Amazon.
but this is what happens though when the stands see this kind of stuff, they
Mm-hmm.
they don't recognize that it's them in this. Like they don't see
You
themselves
need
being.
Well, because you know what? Maybe a lot of stands also they keep it closeted. Like, do we know any like real stands out? Like, we know fans, but some people out here are stands, and people have to know them. But I feel like if it was that level of obsession that you're just displaying in the world, people would reel you in. I think this will be for like for closeted people because most people are not going to say, guess what I did? Somebody said something crazy about Beyonce or Eminem, and I said I was going to kill their mom. I found out where they lived, and I told them I was going to kill them.
Uh,
People do this.
like I don't know. That's because at the end of the day, some people were telling people that they're going to R. Kelly's trial, and like they're on television talking about it. So like, I feel like these people
Level.
are vocal. Like they're very like I'm out there, I'm vocal, and I'm proud of it. Like I think fans are closeted. I think these people are very proud and very loud about what they're doing, and
I
they
hope
don't.
not. Assault charges come with that level. Like, I need y'all to chill. Like,
Think that vocal where they're saying like I'm going to go do XYZ, but it's also kind of like I think with some of these people when they get caught doing it, their friends and family are like, yeah, I'm not surprised.
what? And that's another thing. I feel like a lot of them they hide behind again social media, the good and bad. You can hide behind be a keyboard killer, so it could literally be somebody that I could be a closeted stan. Like I could be a hiver, which I'll tell you, I like Beyonce, but on my alone time, y'all don't know how deep I like her because I just beat some bitch's ass. I pulled up this girl, I got her coordinates, I got her location, and I pulled up and I punched her. And y'all would never know
Yeah,
this.
I mean I can see that, but I think Austin Andre's mom, she said Donald Trump's stance. Like remember the Nancy Pelosi thing when they broke into her husband's house?
That,
Like this is like and they said that he had been tweeting about the election and stuff like that, and how he doesn't like Nancy. Like all these things, like they discovered that he was, he was that kind of person.
yeah.
I just overall, I don't. You're right. These people are all over the country, like these stands and stuff. I just wish that when he said it, he just said that this is based on stan culture and not like
Yes.
typically put it on Beyonce. Like that's the part that I'm just kind of like, I don't
Yeah,
feel like
no, I
I don't.
see what.
I think she may be okay with it, like
Yeah,
whatever. But I don't feel like she deserves that label of like Beyonce controls all the stands or whatever. That part I don't like because people
yeah.
always that against her anyway. So it's just
That's
like Kid Rock.
what,
Kid Rock
I mean,
can-
at the end of the day, let that girl be great.
yeah, and let's talk just stand culture in general, and not just with black people because we ain't
Yeah,
talking
no,
about.
stand. It's in fucking. Well, John Lennon got killed by a stand. A stalker is kind of like a stand, so it's not just germane to
And
black people.
Versace, like the guy who
Uh
killed Versace,
huh.
super fan too.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a real thing, but I'm interested. I really am interested. I'm excited to see this because I feel like it takes us where a lot of us don't live in that world. Like we don't get it, but maybe it will make us somewhat understand. I'll be here for watching. But one, I guess I'll end it with a couple of more stories from they stealing, they out here scamming.
What happened? I did see something that I hope you bring up.
There was a story that dropped today out of Illinois. There was a couple of Amber Rose Renaissance. Oh, a story that dropped today out of Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
There was a school employee who I'm not going to put her name out there. She was a 66-year-old woman. She had been part of the Illinois school district for 10 years. Everybody go to the office. You need a little stapler. Stapler might end up at home. Look at Joe Biden. A couple of papers from the office ended up at home, and now y'all want to sit there and raid his home.
No, that is insane. Today, just off topic, real quick. I saw them. They were like they're raiding his beach house, and I'm like, how much are we paying him? Like this beach house is nicer than my home. Like what is happening here?
And
I
Joe
need
had the beach house before he was president.
like
You know
what is he doing for a living? Because I clearly chose the wrong path in life.
what you do? Can I get some? And what all the neighbors do? Because I need to work where y'all
And they
work.
do mad. I'm like, damn. So everybody live in the mega mansion. God. I got a boat. It's like,
All right, so everybody take a little stuff. You need a little pack of paper for your printer at home. Some people do it from time to time. Well, this lady, she decided, while the pandemic was down, she's going to be brought up on embezzlement charges for roughly stealing 110,000 crates of chicken. I want to say wings. I'm not sure, but it was 100,000. Now you know.
oh boy.
You know,
Wow.
was Miss Perline, 66-year-old Miss Perline. That's what I'm just going to call her. So she would place orders while the kids were out of school because it was a pandemic. No one was at school. She between 2020 and 2022, she placed orders for 110,000 cases of chicken with a grand total of roughly just over $1.5 million. And on top of ordering the chicken, it never got to the schools.
Where was it being delivered to?
The article I read didn't have any.
They don't know. They don't know. Like this is insane to me because you know what it is. People, you weren't just stealing that for yourself. You were selling it.
So, but now the school said that the delivery truck never came. So where was the delivery truck going?
Because you know they knew what they were doing. You're going to this woman's house every other week delivering boxes of chicken. Come on. Like you knew what you were doing. They were probably in on it.
Don't break me off a little something. We can keep these deliveries going. Don't I know. I'm just a delivery driver. You tell me to put it in, then that's where I'm gonna drop it off at.
Now imagine that though. Like that is a good point. When she goes to jail, they're like, "What are you in for?" She'd be like, "Stealing." Like, "Oh, what'd you do? Rob a bank?" No, I was stealing chicken from the school district. Put her in the electric chair. That is
1.5 million. And that's the problem when y'all be stealing. Like, y'all just get greedy with the shit. Like, you get a couple of times and you be like, this is sweet. Ain't nothing gonna show up. They've been watching your ass for 2 years. You thought they was going to be like, why we short a million and $1.5 million. What happened? You don't think nobody gonna come looking for $1.5 million?
this story actually just vindicated me. It makes me feel good about myself.
Okay, let's go.
When I was younger, I worked at McDonald's.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember these or if you guys in the comments remember these, but McDonald's used to have these thing called chicken selects.
Yes.
Like
never ate them.
Let me stop. They were like chicken.
No, I didn't.
And they were like chicken fingers. And they were like all white meat chicken fingers. Oh my God. Like I've never had chicken fingers better than those selects in my life. They were so good. It would taste like your mom cut them things up and breaded them and fried them herself. It was so good.
Cooking.
But anyway, so they used to have the chicken selects, and they were always a limited time only thing. They were never like on their menu, which I don't understand why. Probably because it was real meat. I don't know. So they used to have the chicken selects or whatever. And my coworkers used to steal them. Like they used to steal boxes of the selects. Like it was, I used to. Well, they used to steal a lot. So they would steal the selects. They would steal patties. They would steal like, and I don't mean like a case. I mean like a full on box of 48 bag box of like chicken selects. Like they would be still. I'd be like, what the hell are you stealing this stuff for? This is insane. I was like 14, 15. If I would have took that box out, my mom would have beat my. She really would have beat up. What are you doing? I used to, but you know me, I would get my I would like at the end of the shift or whatever, I would get like a box, and put like 3 or 4 selects. Like I think they came in like 3 or 4 pieces or whatever. Okay. In there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting away with this. But my coworkers were stealing full boxes of it, and I used to always regret never stealing a box because they were so good, and I definitely could have used them on my days off or whatever. But I had too much integrity. And I knew I would have got in trouble with my parents. So I never stole those selects or whatever. And I literally, up until 20 minutes ago, I always regretted it. It's like my biggest regret in life. And now after telling me this story, I feel so good about myself. I'm a good person.
I ain't been with nothing because I ain't go to jail. And you know you had good parents because your parents would have been like, what? You ain't bring no box of chicken selects home?
Why you bring me no box? But you know what's crazy though? The McDonald's that I worked at, it was like there was like a halfway house that like a lot of people. You know what a halfway house is? Yeah. So for you guys who don't know, a halfway house is basically if you get out of jail, they put you in this house to rehabilitate you so you can go back into the society. Whatever.
Supposedly.
But tell you why, 2 of the guys who worked there they lived in they're nice guys too, and they lived in the halfway house. They was the main ones stealing.
Listen, I'm fresh out. I'm still this commissary shit, getting money on the sides, basically like selling food. I got to get it how I get it. And I got to get out this halfway house. Chicken selects, a box, $40. Who wants it?
Imagine putting like a box of hamburger, like meat, like McDonald's patties in like the refrigerator of a halfway house so they get it together.
Child, it's too much. And then the last they stealing. This story, it doesn't even matter where it happened because a lady walks into the store, lady, man, but I'm pretty sure it was a lady, and it was a sex store somewhere in the good old US of A. And, I don't know if you've ever been to sex stores, but sometimes like any store, they have their products sitting out.
Condom Kingdom, it's on South Street in Philadelphia. I've been there before.
Yeah. Been there too. So, like any store, you have products sticking out so people can, it's the sample or see how it is. Well, this store had a 30-inch black dildo sitting
30 inches. How big is 30 inches? Like, what are you doing with that?
And Miss Mamas, you know the look, how they look when they about to steal. Circle in the store, you ain't want to really looking at nothing. Why? Because she had her eye on that 30 inches of dildo.
Okay, now
I turned away. Huh? Now, I want to say it was us.
Well, it's no way. Like, no, it's no way.
All I saw, it was, I couldn't really see the face, but I'm pretty sure it was us. It was a ponytail, but it looked like it might have been a wig or a sewing or something. Anywho, the girl goes circles a little bit, then walks over, take a look aside. She grabbed the dildo like this, sitting on the table, just she grabs it.
A dildo?
And runs out of the store. What the fuck are you doing with 30 inches of dick?
That's for her and her girlfriends. We're about to have a party. Look, Valentine's Day coming up, and she's lonely. She said, "I won't be lonely this year." 30 inches. Wow. And you know, if I was there for you and I saw you run out with a 30-inch dildo, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it. I'm not chasing you.
The police, because it's bodies. It's a dungeon in that basement. Something the fuck is going on that you said, I gotta get that 30-inch dildo?
I can't. Like, if I called the police, I'd be like, hey, somebody just robbed my store. And they'd be like, okay, tell me what they took. I'd be like, never mind. I'll hang up.
And go to the house. You better get on these cameras and follow her fucking asshole. This was the car. These was the plates. I got that information because there's some shit going on in that house.
Yeah. Getting her body blown out. Like, that's what's going on. I tell you this, though.
Bolts in there and shit. Like, what? Are you idolizing it? Like, are you praying over it? What are you doing?
But, you know, good and gosh darn well what she is doing with a dildo. This girl is riding herself into the next millennium on that dildo. Like, she is.
How are you putting it? How do you even get the circumference? Like, what is going on? Somebody, Shorty Page said 30 inches. What in the black hole?
That's probably what she's working with. She said, I got to get something to fit my needs. Like, I can't be out here playing. Y'all do that little 8-inch stuff. I can't do that. I need 30.
8-inch can't do nothing for me.
Yeah, I need 30 of them.
Do nothing.
30 of them. Well, look, what if she come back, she'd be like, oh, this was too big. I can't do nothing with this.
As her brain, I thought I could do it, but I
ain't enough lubricant in the world for 30 inches to go in nobody.
I hope you can't return nothing to the sex shop. That should be something where I don't care what it is. I don't care if it was a bottle of water. Like, all purchases are final.
Well, maybe they didn't use it.
You walk out here with a 30-inch dick. It's final. It's not rather you steal it or you paid for it. I don't want it back.
Okay, so when they call the cops, what is the cop supposed to do? Recover it? No, thank you. Because if I'm the cop and I catch that woman, I'm gonna say drop it. I might shoot it. What is that? Like,
you not hit the ground and it wiggle?
No, honestly, I'll be so pissed if somebody called me and be like, hey, somebody stole this out of my store. And I'd be like, you have to let them have it because we won't be responding to that.
Shorty Page said maybe she just put the tip in.
No, I would hope so. Oh, boy. Wow.
I want to go to a sex, because there's plenty in Philadelphia. I'm going to go to one, and I need to ask them if they have the 30-inch dildo sitting out, because I need to see it like in real life.
Please do that this weekend.
I will. There's one right off of 76. I need to see it in person. Like, can you show me the 30-inch dick model? Because I just want to see. Am I leaving with it? I just want to see it.
I'm not going to steal it. I just want to see it.
I promise you.
Well, when you're there, ask them, like, what's the wildest thing someone has purchased and the wildest thing that they sell in the store.
So I've been to a couple before, but that's the problem. You know, I'm naturally inquisitive. So I'm just going to act, and they be looking at me, and he going to look at me like I was doing something wrong. You into this freak shit. I need to know.
You work here. I'm just asking the question. You work here.
Thank you. So don't be looking at me the fuck crazy. You're supposed to be a professional. You should know everything about the 30-inch dicks. Like, what is the problem?
They said put on a disguise because people will know who you are. But you don't get too disguised, then they're gonna think you're stealing.
Think I'm stealing. Chaka, we saw you in the news stealing a 30-inch dick.
Is it look, if you was that desperate.
I can give it out to you. What's up? It ain't 30 inches, but it's gonna get the job done. That shit is wild. Guys, before we go, one more tonight. If you are in front of your television, our girl, I was so excited when I saw the commercial pop up today. I texted her right away. Our girl Lunel, she's going to be featured tonight on ABC, Soul of the Nation. They're starting, Black History Month, so they're making this this topic. It's called Blacks in Vegas. So I'm so looking forward to it because, back in the day, like anywhere, they didn't want us there. So it's like us coming there now and just the history of us performing out there. You know me, I'm a history nerd, so I love anything regarding that for the most part. But I'm sitting there, I was like, oh, piqued my interest. And then I saw my girl on there. I said, yes, friend, because she does her residency at Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
So, and I believe she just started it back up, but I was so excited to see it. But I'm even more excited to see the show now because I know our girl is a part of it. So that's, if you guys need something to watch, 10 o'clock tonight on ABC. So you can check that out, Soul of a Nation, Blacks in Vegas. This is going to be hilarious. But thank you for an amazing show, Dex. Thank you, everyone. We came in later than normal. They were like, what the where you been? But don't worry. Next week, we will be back around closer to 6. You might get you a little bit before, a little bit after. And we might have some, let's just say this. You guys want to see us more often.
And what you won't see is 30-inch. Wait, speaking of 30 inches, our following may 30 inches. It may be small, but it is mighty.
Mighty 30 inches of black dildo ain't got nothing on us.
And it's free. You don't even got to steal it.
Come on now. Come get y'all some of this. We love you guys so much. Thank you for always just popping in on us. We appreciate you. And we'll be back tomorrow. Not tomorrow. One day soon. We'll be saying that. Speak that into existence. It might have been a little Freudian slip that becomes a reality. But
announcements between the two of us that 2023 is gonna be a really good year. I'm very
I'm just excited for everything to come. So somebody said not the motion of the ocean. But yes, guys, thank you so much. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube. You can find it under me, Chocolate Divinity. YouTubers, we love you. We're back. We love when you got some comments in there that I got to go back and address some of the people. We love you guys. Please keep rocking with us, and we'll see you next week. Love you. Bye. Mean it.